This is the new Asus TUF F16 and you're gonna buy it. Three months ago, I reviewed the more expensive and better version of this laptop, but that wasn't technically a mid-range laptop. And here we are with the global version of Asus TUF F16, and we're gonna see how this laptop can last against the competition. But I should say, because there is no much difference between this model and that model, I'm going to review this laptop as fast as possible, and our main focus will be the differences between these two models. I will put the link from that review in the description below so you can watch that review too. Let's start with the body and chassis. The body is almost identical to the last year's model. It's a little heavier and a little thicker, which means better cooling. We will talk about cooling in the performance section, but I should say the fans are a little thicker, and because of that we're gonna have better cooling, especially in the CPU side. The keyboard is the same as last year. It has full-size keyboard with numpad. It has single zone RGB, the same as the last year, and it feels the same. It is a good keyboard. We have 4 dedicated buttons on the top and 4 dedicated LED lights on top of keyboard to see if the laptop is on, or the drives are working, or the laptop is charging, or something else. The trackpad is made from glass and it has a nice TUF typography on it, which means you're gonna see a lot of TUF logos and materials on this laptop. About the material, the laptop is made from plastic almost in every dimension, but the lid is made from aluminum, and overall I can say I like the feel of the laptop, and the hinge is sturdy enough, but it's a little wobbly compared to last year's model because it has a bigger screen, which means a heavier screen, but the hinge is the same from last year. Because of that we're gonna see a little more wobble on the screen. As for the ports are good enough. We have 2 USB Type-C ports, one of them is Thunderbolt 4, 2 USB Type-A ports, both of them are 5 gigabits per second ports, and we have one HDMI 2.1. we have one audio combo jack which has good audio output, and 1 gigabit per second RJ45 port, which is good. Also we have one charging port which can charge this laptop with a 240 watts adapter, which is good because the charger is not that heavy, but the performance is great. For this section I can say I can give this laptop a 9 out of 10 score, which is good. I like it. I took 1 score because, let's be honest, 2 USB Type-A ports is not enough for a gaming laptop. We need 5 USB ports at least. So let's talk about display. This model has a 16-inch 1200p FHD plus screen that supports up to 100% of sRGB color coverage, 75% of Adobe RGB color coverage, and 165 Hz of refresh rate, which means this laptop can be a good option if you are a filmmaker, video editor, or a gamer, especially with this 100% sRGB color accuracy. And sRGB color coverage is good for gamers and for someone who watch movies a lot with their laptop. And the screen is bright enough, good enough, color accurate enough. It has almost 300 nits of brightness, and I can say I like the screen, I like the aspect ratio, I like every aspect of it, and everything about the screen is just fine, and I can give it an 8 out of 10 score. But we were easy on the screen because, let's be honest, a 2K 165 Hz should be a default for this kind of laptops, especially at $1,300. So let's get to the performance. The main difference between this laptop and the model we reviewed 3 months ago is the CPU. The CPU in this machine is a 14-core Intel Core i7-13650HX processor with alongside NVIDIA RTX 4060 at 130 watts. The CPU and GPU are powerful enough for this laptop, for this price range, and the price is almost the same as Lenovo Look 2024, and the CPU and the GPU are the same too. So because of that we're gonna make a comparison video between these two laptops, and because of that you should subscribe so you won't miss our next videos about the comparison with this laptop and Lenovo Look 2024. As I said, they changed the cooling in this version, and because of that we can see on the inside that the fans are a little thicker, especially when we are observing the CPU cooler side. We can see the heat pipes, the fan size, and everything is a little thicker. We have one more heat pipe, and because of that, this laptop can handle an HX processor with the RTX 4060. But there is one downside. They decreased the wattage on the GPU by 10 watts. Because of that, we're gonna have a lower performance and lower wattage GPU, and you are not gonna notice it. Why? Because NVIDIA 40 series GPUs are not gonna use that 10 watts. They barely go more than 120 watts, so there is no difference between a 140 watts 4060 and 130 watts 4060. Because of that, I can say it's a good decision to lower the GPU cooling and boost up the CPU cooling to gain more performance, especially on the CPU side. As for the benchmarks, we tested Cinebench R23 on this machine and we gained more than 18,500 scores. On the Cinebench R23, it is one of the best scores we've ever seen with this CPU, and our wattage was around 120 to 130 watts, which means this laptop can handle this test easily without any problem. Cinebench is a 10 minutes runtime test that can show us how well the CPU can perform. But there is a newer version which is Cinebench 2024. In that test too, we got more than 1,000 scores. It was near 1,100 scores, which is one of the best scores we've ever seen in this CPU. This just can show us the cooling on this machine can perform well enough, especially in long term and heavy tests. And in the GPU side, in Cinebench 2024, we gained more than 10,800 scores. The chart you are seeing now is based on the multi-core score. So what do you think about the scores? Tell us in the comments below. We also tested Geekbench 6 on this machine, and as you can see on the screenshots, the scores are good enough, but Geekbench is okay benchmark, I think. And also we tested Time Spy in this machine. We got around 1,100 scores, which is a good score for 4060 alongside Core i7 HX processor, which is good. We also tested content creation workflows like Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects. In Adobe Premiere, we got 4 minutes and 41 seconds render time, and the results were fine. I should also mention that this laptop equipped with 32 gigabytes of 4800 MHz RAM, which is a good composition with this CPU and GPU for everyone who wants to work with Adobe applications or content creation workflows, which is good. I can suggest you, if you want to buy this laptop, just upgrade it to 32 gigabytes. We also tested Adobe After Effects on this machine, and in that test too, we got nice results. 4 minutes and 22 seconds. We rendered our test project, which means this laptop can handle heavy tasks like Adobe After Effects without any problem. We also tested the SSD on this machine, and we got around 5 gigabytes per second and 3.3 gigabytes per second for the write speed, which is a normal speed on every laptop, because this laptop has Western Digital SN560 SSD, which is a good SSD, and we've seen it a lot in the mid-range laptops lately. We also tested some games in this machine, and in Cyberpunk 2077, we got nice results. We tested preset Ray Tracing Ultra on this machine, Ray Tracing Ultra with frame generation, preset Ultra without any ray tracing, but with DLSS, and one more preset with ray tracing, Ultra preset, without any help from AI like DLSS or FSR, to see how well it can perform in raw performance mode. And in every test, it shines. We also tested Rainbow Six Siege in 3 presets, ultra, high, and low, and in all 3 presets this laptop performed well enough, and I liked the performance in this machine. We also tested Valorant, which is a CPU heavy game, and it's easy to play in almost any laptop, but you can see the scores. We also tested Apex Legends. It is one of the GPU heavy titles, eSport titles, and I like it myself, and I played a lot, and as you can see, we got nice results in the Apex Legends too. We also tested Shadow of the Tomb Raider in this machine. The result is good enough, and I can say if you want to play games, you can easily buy this laptop and be happy in the next 3 or 4 years. Overall, for this section, I think I can easily give this laptop an 8 out of 10 score. I like the performance here, but it is nothing so special. So 8 out of 10 is a score to go. So let's talk about speakers, webcam, and battery life. The speakers on this laptop are quite good, but overall I think you should buy an external speaker like this one. It is JBL Go 4, and be happy with it. It priced only at $40 and you can just buy it right now. So this is the webcam quality of Asus TUF F16. What do you think about it? And what do you think, is it good enough for you or not? And what about the mic quality? Tell us in the comments below. I think it is okay for 720p webcam, but there is better webcams out there. About the battery life, this laptop equipped with a 90 watt-hour battery. I can say it can last around 6 hours, about 300 minutes. You can see on the charts, and the battery performance is fine for the HX processor, but let's be honest, you can't get good battery life in any gaming laptop. So in conclusion, should you buy Asus TUF F16 or not? I think you should buy it. With 8 out of 10 score in Binusha review, you should buy this laptop and be happy with it. It can be a good gaming laptop in the next 5 years for you, and there will be no problem with it. You can also upgrade the RAMs, you can also upgrade the SSDs, and because of that, this laptop can fit almost in everyone's interest. If you are a videographer, a filmmaker, a photographer, a gamer, or even a student, you should buy this laptop because I like it and you will like it too. Thanks for watching. What do you think about the Asus TUF F16? Tell us in the comments below. Bye.